Hello and welcome to the Crafty Diamond. I am Debbie. Today I have my first WIP and chat for the year. Happy New Year to everybody. And I am going to be working on this large canvas. If you have been around, you've seen this one for a while. I've been working on it off and on since October. If you are not familiar with what a WIP and chat is, that is simply a work in progress, and I always work on a diamond painting. And of course, you can work on whatever that you would like. You can even treat it as a podcast if you would just like to listen. That's totally up to you. But today I am going to be using this gorgeous pen, and this is from Mad Wood Turning. And it has butterflies in it. I know that's kind of hard to see. I'm trying to get up a little bit close. And this one I had specially made, and it's really hard to get Sarah's pens, but I was fortunate enough, and her customer service is amazing. But I love butterflies, I love pink, and so she did this for me. So it's a custom. I'm also using Mad for Minders. I have Miss Beasley here keeping me company. Miss Beasley has absolutely nothing to do with this painting, so it doesn't really match, but she does have on a blue outfit, and I wanted to use that one. I'm also using for my tray, this tray is an older tray. It is from Bella Art de Nicole. I don't have her new trays yet, but I've ordered some. I've been ordering from her since I've been diamond painting, so really I think I started ordering from her in 2021. And I'll be working on this section here. I'm also going to be using these for my drills. And I did kit this one up on my channel. If you hear a little bit of roaring in the background, I do apologize. I am in the basement. My craft room is in the basement, and when the heat comes on, it is a little on the noisy side. But it is really cold today, and so I have to have the heat. I've tried closing my door that goes into the other room, and it really doesn't help. So it will probably cut off in just a few minutes. I was waiting around for a while just to see if possibly the heat would cut off. I do have a small heater that I also use, and I'm always cold, so it may not be as cold down here to some people as it is to me, but I am rather chilly. So first of all, before we get started, how is everybody doing? How is your new year so far? If you celebrated any holidays, how were they? I hope that you had some time off and that you were able to spend time with family or even by yourself. And I've had a lot of time where my family has, done things. I've been at home, or I've had to go out and do some things without them. And it's actually been kind of nice just to do things, for me. So I definitely enjoy doing things with others, but I enjoy doing my own thing as well. So let's see. I have not had a WIP and chat this year. As I mentioned, this is my first one, and I'm excited about that. I have done a couple of videos, or a few videos for the year already, and hopefully you have seen those. If you haven't, they are listed under videos, and I'll also include the playlist for this one. And then I did finish my Advent in December. That was a lot of fun. But we have been not really busy since Christmas. Normally I do have my WIP and chats on Tuesday, but I ended up changing it around just a little bit. It just didn't work out because of New Year's, and with everybody home and TV was on and we had a little bit of company. So I decided just to go ahead, have a WIP and chat this week only on Saturday, and then I will go back to Tuesday starting next week. So hopefully that didn't mess anybody up. I don't think that it did. I haven't heard anything. But that will definitely go back to the regular schedule, which I'm excited about. Just getting back to my normal routine will be nice. And spending time with you guys. I've missed not having a WIP and chat, although I haven't missed one. I missed Tuesday, making it up for Saturday, but I've been wanting to do a whip and chat all week, but I wanted to wait until it got closer to Saturday, since that's when the whip and chat's going to be available to you guys. But we really have been just doing things around the house. We had a nice New Year's. On New Year's Eve, we always do this. We've done this for years and years. And we watched the Dick Clark's, Rockin' Eve, now with Ryan Seacrest. We kind of watched it this year, but not really. And we like to see the ball drop, and then we take pictures of the ball drop. And then I put that in a memory album that I have. And my memory album has really changed over the years. Now that the kids are older and they're grown, and my oldest daughter has moved very far away, so I'm not gonna be able to see her for a little while. And I've made my memory planners, smaller and smaller. And so this year we decided to go ahead and do the same thing, but we started watching the New Year's Rockin' Eve, and I don't know if we're just getting old, if we've just been doing this for so long, but I just really wasn't into it this year. I didn't know over half of the ones that were on there, the performers, had no clue, and the ones that were on there, it just wasn't my style. So we kind of went back and forth just to see what was going on there, and then we didn't really know a lot of the hosts either, so we ended up watching a couple of movies, and then we would flip back and forth. And then right before New Year, before midnight, we went ahead and decided to flip it back on so we could see the ball drop. And so they had Georgia on one side, and then they had the New York ball on the other. And so we did take pictures, and we hugged each other, hugged my daughter, she hugged us, and then we went to bed. And so my daughter stayed up a little bit longer, but we decided at that point we were tired, and we went to bed. We did have a nice dinner. We just had some appetizers that I made, some snacks basically. And so we just basically munched instead of having a huge dinner. And so that was really nice. And we don't like my hands sticking to this canvas. I need to put something there. I'm working a little bit further over. Hope you can see where I am. But I need to cover that up a little bit. I don't like my hand sticking, and I especially don't want any dirt or any dog hair or anything on my canvas. I decided to work over on this section because I wanted to get the face of the sun finished. So I've just got to be careful of where I put my wrist. So anyway, we don't like to go out for New Year's Eve. It makes me really nervous now because of just a lot of, drunk drivers, or not even really drunk, maybe just, on the verge, or had, too tipsy, and it's just really crowded, and we have stayed home. And since I've been married to my husband, we have stayed home. I don't want to take my daughter out anywhere. She's not going to enjoy it. Neither one of them would. Even my oldest daughter doesn't go out. So we all stay home for New Year's. When I was younger, my ex-husband and I would sometimes go out. He would like to go to a really nice upscale dinner, and then we would go home. We'd be home well before midnight. Sometimes we did stay until after midnight. We went to this one restaurant that would have a private party, and we were invited. And so we did go sometimes, or we would get a hotel room that was close by. That was before kids. And we were much younger. I wasn't as concerned. I won't say I wasn't concerned, but it was just different. And so as I had gotten older and, had kids, I just have no desire to go out. And you hear of all these stories now of all these terrible accidents that often happen on New Year's Eve. And so we just decided, no, we don't want to go out. And if we drink at home. We don't drink out anywhere. We always drink at home. So we thought we could have, some wine here, a nice bottle of wine. My husband had some beer, and we just did that. So that was our New Year's, and so on New Year's Day, my husband watched some football. He watched some movies, and then I basically diamond painted. My daughter diamond painted for a little while with me, not very long, and I just stayed in my craft room almost all day. I listened to videos that I had missed. Christmas was just really busy. My channel was busy, which I really enjoyed, but I'd gotten behind watching other videos. So I went ahead and I did that on New Year's Day. And then we had a New Year's lunch or dinner, and we have this, I guess it's a tradition, but I don't know if this is just a Southern thing. My mother always did this, my grandmother did this, I think even my great-grandmother, but they always had black-eyed peas for New Year's. You're supposed to have black-eyed peas for good luck. My daughter absolutely hates black-eyed peas, so she agrees on New Year's she will eat 4 black-eyed peas, and so she counts them, and she will not eat more than 4. She will eat exactly 4. So I made black-eyed peas, and I think that you're supposed to have some kind of greens for like money or something. We don't do that because my husband absolutely hates turnip greens. He doesn't like spinach, and I know my daughter would not touch that for anything. I would not be able to talk her into that. So we did have our black-eyed peas, and then we did not have turkey for Christmas or for Thanksgiving, and I was kind of in the mood for turkey, and so I found a really small turkey breast that was perfect size for the 3 of us. We don't really eat that much turkey, and so I did that. And then of course, as soon as my daughter found out we were having turkey, she decided that, you know, we have to have dressing. So then I made some dressing. So we kind of had a Thanksgiving dinner for New Year's, but that's okay. And then we had leftovers, so we ended up having leftovers in the middle of the week just to finish up the turkey. So that was kind of nice, so I didn't have to cook one day. And then we just, you know, all hung around the house, did our own thing. And my husband was off on Monday since New Year's fell on Sunday, and I was also off on Monday. So we just hung around the house, had some really bad storms here, and my husband was hoping that he'd get outside and do some things in the yard. But that didn't happen because it was so nasty, and it kept us up Monday night for a little bit. And it wasn't so bad Tuesday night. There were fireworks galore around here, and that kept us up for a long time on Sunday night. And then of course the dogs were scared. They didn't want to go outside the next day. The cat was underneath the bed. I wish that Georgia would not allow people to shoot off fireworks in neighborhoods. Personally, I think it's dangerous, and there's always people that get hurt. I have a friend that is an ER nurse, and she always takes off on any holiday because she knows that it's going to be really bad. They always get a lot of patients that come in hurt from fireworks. So we didn't really have anything. Sometimes my daughter will ask for sparklers, but she didn't ask for anything this year, and I did not buy any. Trying to find another color. Hoping you guys can see me okay. Okay, so that's really all that we did. We just kind of hung out around the house. We had to go to work on Tuesday. My husband did. I worked from home on Tuesday because we're not in session yet for school. So I was able to work from home. My daughter was still off. So if you did anything for New Year's, let me know what you did in the comments below. Or if you have any traditions. We used to order Chinese for New Year's Eve. And we did that for a long time, from when I was in college and I was in my dorm one New Year. My dorm mates wanted to order Chinese, and then from then on I ordered Chinese. But my husband isn't really crazy about Chinese, and he'll eat it, but he really didn't want that this year. So decided not going to have Chinese. I will break from that. And we just decided to have Thanksgiving. But I kind of missed my Chinese, so now I'm going to have to go and I'm going to order Chinese for lunch one day. I need to get some more putty. And I did not tell you what putty that I was using either, did I? Where did I put it? I am using Marshmallow, and I just hit you, so sorry. The way that I am situated trying to do this, I'm trying to work around my filming arm. I am using Marshmallow Chit, and that's C-H-I-T, and that is from Enabler's Outpost, and this smells so yummy. And I forgot that I had not used this pen in a while, and forgot that I needed to go ahead and put some in the single placer. I already have putty in my multi because I moved it from another pen that I've been using, and I just filled that one. And I have been using putty in my single placer as well as my multi placer lately. I think it works so much better for me than the actual glue dots. I'm going to move you guys over just a little bit so I don't hit you. Let me scoot you in just a little bit more. That is much better. But I'm not making anybody sick here. Okay, that's a little better. I like that better. That way I'm not hitting you. And I'm not on top of my heater. I'd hate to get burned while I'm talking to you guys. Okay, that is much better. The only thing about that, though, is that you have half of a sun's eyeball staring at you, which looks kind of strange, but this works so much better. Okay, so now I'm going to have to go and have Chinese, I think, one day this week, now that I mentioned that. But let me know if you did anything or what you normally do. We're just homebodies. I don't mind staying at home. I don't mind at all staying at home. So that was definitely nice. And then my husband went back to work on Tuesday, and my daughter was out of school until Thursday, which she was griping because she said, why do we have to go back and just have 2 days to go back? Why couldn't they have just started back on a Monday? Well, I didn't have an answer for her there either. So she did go back on Thursday, and it felt really weird because she's been home quite a bit from school. They got out the Thursday actually before Christmas. The week before, they only had half days, but we went out of town, and so she missed Thursday and Friday of those days was half days, and it wasn't required, so she didn't go. So she has been at home with me the whole time, and so I've been home, which has been nice. I've gotten quite a bit done around the house, and this past week, though, I decided I am on vacation. I shouldn't have to clean house and do the things that I always do because this is my vacation time. So I kind of let my house go a little bit, and now I'm going to have to spend some time this weekend getting it back together. We've already put all of our Christmas up. It's already in the attic, and I have moved all of that back, so I just need to do some cleaning. It's not filthy or anything, but it needs to be clean now. And we start back on Monday, so I'll have to start going on campus again. But I work from home, and I also work on campus, so it's still nice. It evens out very well, and I do enjoy that. I've been working with a larger tray, so now it's weird trying to get back to a smaller tray, especially when I am able to multi-place. That's why I'm kind of slow, because I'm having to get back into the groove here. There we go. That's a little better. So next week is going to be a busy time for me. It always is once we start back. I have a lot of questions from students. I have to do new videos for students on their syllabus and navigating the classroom. And so I did that today. I've gotten that all finished. So I'm pretty much ready to go. But there'll be something that comes up. I do need to go in and just maybe update a couple of things that I've been thinking about doing but haven't. So I kind of need to do that. And then I will be ready to go for work. So the rest of January will be busy. And my daughter actually has another break for a week that's going to be in February. And they have a short winter break. So she's already counting down of when her winter break is. And I don't get a winter break, but I do get a spring break if I want to use my vacation time. And I may or I may not, I don't know. I hate to use vacation if I'm not going to have to do a whole lot for work anyway. And we're not going anywhere. So I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. But then if I decided to take vacation for spring break, then I can just diamond paint all week. So that definitely sounds like fun. So I don't know. I will just decide on that. We may even decide to do something for spring break, but I doubt it. My husband is usually really busy around the springtime at work, so I don't think he will be able to take off. More than likely he won't. So I'll probably just work. And more than likely we'll be able to work from home, and if we can, then I will definitely just work. But if not, then I'll probably have to go ahead and take some vacation time, and that's fine too. I had the time, I might as well use it. But that's all that's planned for us. Let's see, what else did we do? That was on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I normally have a card group in the evening and making cards. And so we're taking a short break. So I diamond painted. I watched TV with my husband and I diamond painted. So I've gotten a lot of diamond painting time in, which has been really fun. I don't usually get that much diamond painting in when I'm in session, so it's a lot of fun to be able to just sit down, relax, and not think about anything, and just do my craft. And I've also done some cards. I did mail out a box of cards to go to Cards for Soldiers. And if you're a card maker and you're interested in sending cards for our troops in the U.S., let me know. I'll be glad to give you that information. But I sent out a box. I had about half a box, and I went ahead and I had some cards that I was able to add to and put those in there. I just had to make some revisions to them. And I was able to use some cards that have just been sitting around that I wasn't really happy about, but I made some changes to them, and so I was able to send that box out. And I hate that shipping has gone up. It's gone up to where it's kind of high to be doing that. But if you pack your box just right, and if you use the box that you pay one price on, you can get a lot of cards in there. So I usually send out 2 to 4 boxes a year. And then I have a friend that also will add to my collection to send out, so that helps. So I did that. And that's always fun and relaxing. I really enjoy it. And then, let's see, what else did we do? We went out to dinner one night. We actually picked up dinner, brought it home. And then one time we did eat out. That was nice. And let me see, what else? We went somewhere. My daughter and I went shopping. We did order new glasses for my daughter. We went and had our annual eye exam, and surprisingly, my prescription did not change for my glasses or my contacts, but hers did. And I kept thinking, I know I'm going to have to get new glasses. I didn't want to because I wear they're not the bifocals, but they're made a little bit different, and I do like them, but they were very expensive when I bought them the first time. I haven't had to buy glasses in a long time, and so I just knew I was going to have to. And I have quite a few contacts left, and I really didn't want to have to change and then have new prescription for those, and then I couldn't use the ones that I had. But luckily I was able to keep mine. And then my daughter wears mainly reading glasses, but our optometrist said that she could also wear glasses. It wouldn't hurt for her to wear glasses more often than just reading, because she watches TV a lot, she is on the computer a lot, and so she did change hers a little bit. And the funny thing with hers is that instead of going up on her prescription, she actually went down. So I'm not sure how her eyes could have improved unless she just didn't do as well on the eye exam the last 2 years. But with her, you can never tell because she's special needs. Sometimes she doesn't really understand what you're asking her, even though you think that she does. So that's kind of what our optometrist thought as well. And I thought the same thing. I thought, well, probably she didn't understand what she was, what she was asking her. And so she loves her new glasses. She said she can really see better out of them. So that was definitely a good thing. So we did that. That took a little while. And then I had my annual exam I had to go to. And so that took a little bit of time. Not fun to have an annual exam the very first of the year, but I guess that's kind of good to get it over with. So did all of that, and then we did do a little bit of yard work, not a lot. I shouldn't say we as in my husband. So he did that over the weekend, and our yard is looking really good. We have such a hard time keeping our yard clean from leaves that it is just awful. We have way too many trees, and it's nice to have the trees. It's nice that we have all the shade, but come fall when they all start falling, we just cannot keep up with them. And I had a couple of my subscribers tell me that their area where they live, that their city will pick up their leaves. They don't even have to bag their leaves. They can just put their leaves over by the curb or on the side of the curb, and they have a truck that comes along and that will scoop up and pick up their leaves as long as it's in a pile and it is at their curb. Well, I've never heard of that. Anywhere that I've lived, we've always had to do our own. And that's how it is here. And we have to use specific bags. And if we use the bags that they require, then we would be using hundreds of bags. And then no place to put those either. So they will pick up at the curb, but it has to be in bags, in those specific bags, or in your trash can. So my husband just takes our leaves to the dump. He has a truck. He just loads it up. Whenever he gets a full load, then he will take to the dump. So he's already been there, I think, 4 times and needs to go back. So that's kind of what he did on his few days off that he had. But our yard is looking really good. We have a small yard too, and it's just crazy on the trees. And I do not like doing yard work. I enjoy planting flowers and, that kind of thing. But as for having to get out in the yard, having to weed, and having to rake and all of that, I just hate it. and he loves it. He'd rather be out there by himself. That way, you know, he says that's his solitude. In other words, he doesn't want me talking to him when he's out there. So I am just as happy being in the house and doing things inside. So we kind of made it to where he is the outside, I do the inside, and that's worked for us. But this weekend will definitely be a weekend clean. So let's see, that's really all that we've done, which is really kind of sad, but there's really nothing exciting going on. I did speak to my daughter, my oldest daughter, almost every day, if not more than once, and they have had horrible weather in South Dakota, and her boss has said this is the worst winter they've had in 50 some odd years. Which of course that would be the case because she has moved there this year. And one day they had so much snow in a short time, and their wind is just horrible, that she tried to getting out of her apartment just to walk to her car and couldn't even really walk to her car without falling down. And her boyfriend got stuck trying to get home 5 times, and 4 times was in their little complex. They live in an apartment. So she talked to her boss, and her boss told her, you know, don't worry, you know, you're not going to lose your job. Don't worry about trying to come to work. You know, we understand, and we know that you have a car, not a truck, and we don't expect you, you know, to come to work. So that's really nice because she was worried that she was going to potentially lose her job. And so he said, you know, absolutely not. We wouldn't do that. And, you know, we're understanding here. So she was really, you know, happy about that. And what she does, she can't do from home. So unfortunately, she either has to take a vacation, or she can take her personal time, or she won't get paid. That's the only downside about her not being there. I have made this section way too large, and I've got to do something about that. So anyway, she when she calls me though, when she lived here, she mainly called if there was a problem, you know, or she needed money or whatever. And so for the last month, whenever she calls, as soon as I answered, I wouldn't say, hey, how you doing? I would say, what's wrong? And my husband was just dying out laughing. And then he's like, you know, you really should think about not saying that whenever she calls. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But every time that she calls me, there's always something wrong. There's no point in beating around the bush. If there's something wrong, I want to know what it is. And so he would just kind of, you know, shrug his shoulders and kind of laugh. And so the last few times that she's called, I've actually asked her, you know, I said, you know, how you doing? You know, I was kind of waiting. And then she started laughing, and she's like, you didn't ask me what was wrong. And I'm like, okay, does that mean something's wrong? No, nothing's wrong. I just wanted to call and talk to you. So, you know, that's nice. I'm trying to be better and not just assume the worst because she's calling. Because she is trying, you know, she's giving an effort of, you know, because she's not home and she misses us and she wants to, you know, check in. So I think that's really good. I am pleased with that she is making an effort to call more. But she was just calling and telling me about their weather, and she sent me pictures, and she's on the 3rd floor, and so she sent me pictures of her patio, and you couldn't even open the back patio door. There was snow and ice just jammed up against it. And then she showed me from one of the other windows the parking lot, and the parking lot was awful. And they had already plowed 3 times that day. So they're getting a dose of terrible weather, and we don't get that in the South. And then she had to work on New Year's Day, and she said, well, I have to work, unfortunately. And I said, if you were at home, you would be off because the store that you worked for, they're closed today. And so she just died out laughing. She's like, don't rub it in. I know. I shouldn't have moved. We should have thought better of this. So she's actually admitting that they made a mistake, even though she's not officially admitting. that she made a mistake. And so I'll take that as a win. So they're going to be moving back in a couple of years, if not sooner. They're hoping to move to North Carolina instead of Georgia, but North Carolina is gorgeous. It is so much closer. We can get to one of the places that they're looking at in like 4 to 5 hours. So 4 hours is a lot better than 17, and I'll take that any day. And they didn't do anything either. She said, you really can't do anything there. Where they are now, it's a very small place. And with it being so small, there's really nothing to do. And the weather was bad. And they don't like going out either. So they stayed in. And my daughter and I, my youngest and I didn't mention this, but we enjoy board games. And so we did play some board games. And that was a lot of fun. Some of the older games that we have, we played Monopoly, and she has kind of a hard time with that. So we didn't play very much of Monopoly, but we did play some. And I'm looking for another color. Let's see, let's go with Y. I haven't used Y in a while. Getting kind of tired of red. So we played board games. We also played Trouble. That's a really old one. And she liked that one. We have Kerplunk, so we played that too. We have Operation, and when we play Operation, she's always done this ever since she was little, and she is 21. But with Operation, she likes to hit the sides because she likes to see the nose light up. She likes the noise, and so she just doesn't even try to, get one of the little items out, the bones out. She would rather hit the side so she can see the little nose light up and she can hear the noise. So that was fun. So we did that for a while, and we also played some card games. We played Uno, Go Fish, and we played Yahtzee. She is good at Yahtzee. She likes it. She just has a hard time with the money part on Monopoly, so I have to help her. But we did play Monopoly for a long time. And we hadn't played board games in a while, so that was fun. So we did that. She's trying to teach me to play some of her games. She likes her Nintendo Switch, and I just don't get into those. When I was younger, I played, some of that, but right now, I'm just really not into it. But I played it with her, and of course, she beat the pants out of me because I didn't know what I was doing. We did play Miss Pac-Man when we went on vacation. We had a little gaming room, and it had a couple of games in there. So we did play Miss Pac-Man. I beat her on that a couple of times. And Donkey Kong, because that's what I grew up with. So that was fun. So we're trying to do, more besides just watch TV, and I want her to get out of her room more, spend some time downstairs with us, and, we watch some movies. So we've had a really nice time off. And normally I am having to work. I worked at several other schools. I did special projects, and this time I didn't have to. I didn't do it. I didn't schedule anything, and so it was so nice. It was one of the best relaxed Christmases that we've had. So I hope you guys had a really nice holiday. And now that it's time to get cranked up, before you know it, it will be spring, and then we'll all have spring fever and want to get out and do things and go to the park. And then that's when more yard work will start in, and spring cleaning and all that good stuff that comes with spring. And our allergies are really bad, so we're already starting to prepare for that. We'll still have some bad weather here, though. That we're not out of the woods yet. We've had some nice days, though. It's been some really nice weather. It went from 18 to in the 60s, which I find really strange, but it did. So that was very nice that we didn't have to bundle up so much. Let's see. I do have a dental appointment coming up, which I'm absolutely dreading. I just absolutely hate to go to the dentist. And I know I'm going to have some dental work, so I'm dreading that. That's one of the worst 6 month times that I have to do. I don't know, I never have liked the dentist. My daughter doesn't mind it, which I'm really grateful. And being special needs, sometimes it's kind of hard to see how she's going to react, but she's been really good at the dentist, but she is still able to go to a pediatric dentist, and so that makes a big difference. I think if I went to her dentist, I would probably like it too, because you get prizes, and they give you different things. You get to watch TV on the ceiling, you get to play games. They keep you occupied while they're doing your teeth. So I told her, you know, if you ever have to go to another dentist, it's not going to be fun. So that's something that I'm not looking forward to. That's upcoming. And let's see, what else is coming up here? Nothing else really. We're all healthy, and I am so grateful for that, because normally in December she is really sick and she doesn't really get to enjoy her time off from school, and then I can't enjoy my time off because I'm worried about her. So that's one thing that I'm definitely grateful for, is that nobody's been sick, and I'm taking her to take her vitamins, because she gets sick so easy. So it's been nice that she has been well, and no doctors having to go and take her. So that's been really good too. And then as for diamond painting, I have, as I've mentioned, I've gotten a lot done, and I'm going to have a really good January. I think it's going to be productive. I'm hoping to finish this one. I stopped doing this in December because I was working on Advent and different Christmas canvases. So this one, I have the section that I'm working on now, and then I have 3 more sections. That's going to be the final row of this, and then this will be done. I am loving this kit. This is my first Dreamer Designs, and I absolutely love it. I love the drills, and this isn't even their new upgraded kit. This is an older kit, but it has been so nice. The drills are perfect. They are round. I've heard that their round drills are really good. I have not tried square, but I'm going to. I'm not sure when. I do have a list of what I plan on working on, but I'm trying to get this one done. I want to finish up my diamond painting Deutschland, which that is Diana. And I don't think I will get that done by January, by the end of January, because I'm going to get this one done first, then I'm going to go back to that one. So I'm trying to just get this one done so I can have this one out of the way, and then I can concentrate on that one. I did a lot on her over the holiday. I spent a lot of time working on that canvas, and it's turning out really pretty. And I have that and this one on my December update. So you can see that that was posted in January. So you can see that one if you wanted to see the update of my Diana. And I have started another one for an event, and that one is Crystal Fox by Diamond Art Club. I am almost to the halfway point of that one, and I started on the 1st. It is really easy. It's going very quickly. And I've been posting some pictures on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me there, and you can see updated pictures every 3 or 4 days or so. I wasn't as good last year towards the middle to the end of the year on posting on Instagram. So I am trying to be better on Instagram as well as on Facebook this year. I have added that to my planner so I can see when I posted last and when I need to post again. And that's going to be helpful. I'm having a terrible glare from this light, and so I can't really see. I hope these are straight. If not, I'll fix it. But I have that posted, and then that one I think is going to be really cute on the fox. I am doing that for the Jeremiah Ketner event, and that is hosted by Bree with Painting with Pities, and I will put that information below. I'm also doing another event, which I have not started yet, Life with Lindsay, and that is Alice in a Winter Wonderland. And I have kitted that up. You will see the kit up on my channel soon. And that one, it was really interesting because that one is an older kit. I looked it up and I purchased that kit in November of 2020. So it's been sitting around for a while in my craft room. And I decided, you know, it's time to go ahead and do this one. It'll be perfect for the event. I'm probably not going to get it finished for the event because I'm not going to start on it until I finish the Crystal Fox. But that one, when I kitted it up, there was not any problems. I mean, there was not any static whatsoever. And I don't know if it's because it's an older kit that it was like that. The bags were made different, and so I think that may be part of it that is helping with the static. But there wasn't any static, and I was so excited. Didn't take me very long to kit that up at all. There wasn't any drills on my hands, there wasn't any drills on my table, and I was just really excited for that. So I'm going to work on another older kit, and when I do, I'm going to see if I have static in that one. But when I kitted up the Fox, the Crystal Fox, I did have some static there, and that was a kit that I had purchased for Black Friday. It was either Black Friday or it was for Cyber Monday. They all came in together, and that one had some static. So I found that to be extremely interesting, that the static was on my new kits but not on the older ones. So if you come across that lately, I'm just really curious if others have. I did have a couple of comments from subscribers, and they said that their older kits, they weren't having as many problems either. So I just find that to be rather interesting. I have a red mixed in here. So that is diamond painting. And I also wanted to mention that I now have 2 co-hosts for the Josephine Wall DP along that I'm going to be doing in April and May. So I'm definitely excited about that. I am going to put their information underneath the description. We have Kimba's Crafts, and so I'm sure that you all know Kimba, and so I have mentioned her before, so she is going to be a co-host. And then there is a fairly new YouTube creator, and her name is Angie, and so she has asked if she could be part of our group, and so we said, you know, sure, we would love to have you. And so I'll put her information below as well. And then we are working on the specifics. I already have 3 sponsors, and they are sponsors that you guys have heard of before. So I'm excited about that. I'm not going to mention sponsors right now, but just wanted to let you know that I have 3 already, and we are reaching out to others. We just started reaching out to sponsors. The ones that we have reached out to have been just super nice. They have, you know, agreed very quickly to be a sponsor. And so I'm really excited about that. So you will be seeing definitely more information. I'm going to post some information on Facebook. And then we are going to set up a Facebook account just for that event, since there's going to be 3 of us that are going to be doing it. I think it'll be easier than just having it going back and forth between our Facebooks. So we'll be setting that up. I will let you know. If you are not a member of my Crafty Diamond Facebook group, I encourage you if you like Facebook, to go ahead and request to be added, and I will be glad to add you. There you can include information such as anything that you're working on. Doesn't have to be Diamond Art Club. It can be anything that you're working on. And we are also I also allow on my Facebook, if you have a small business, if you want to include the link to your small business, then you can certainly do so. I have set up a message area for that, so you can put that on there, or if you are on Instagram, you can put your Instagram handle on there as well. So I definitely allow that on my channel. That way we can get to know each other, and there may be some small shops that I'm not aware of or others aren't aware of, and yours may be one of them. So feel free to do that. And for the event, we are not requiring that you be on Facebook. So if you're not on Facebook, you don't have to. We just thought it would be nice to set up Facebook there. We will have the prize giveaways on our channel. So I don't know right now if we're going to have weekly prizes. It depends on how much that we get and how much that we have of our own that we're going to donate. So I'm still working on that, but I will get you information as soon as I find out. But if you want to participate and you don't have a Josephine wall kit, then you will have time now, if you want to go ahead and order, to get one. There's only a couple of places I know right now that have Josephine wall kits, diamond painting. You can also do a cross stitch conversion if you would like. It needs to be licensed though, on either the diamond painting or cross stitch conversion, or if you want to do a cross stitch, you can do that as well, but make sure that it is from a licensed company. I know that Uniquely Yours Down Under has Josephine walls. I have ordered some from her in the past. However, they are taking a very long time to send out orders. So if you want to order from them, you really need to consider doing that soon, and you may or you may not get it in time. It's taken several people that I know that have ordered last year sometime. It's taken them 6 months. The last one that I ordered had taken 8 months, and that was to have a revision done because the one of mine that came in I could not do. So that's, it's up to you if you want to order, but you may or may not have your order in on time. And then the one with the diamond art also sells Josephine wall. And I don't know much about the company, but I have ordered one from them. They were having a sale in December. So I did order one, Josephine wall, because I wanted to see it, and I wanted to see how long that was going to take to get in, and then I could tell you guys in case you wanted to order from them. I ordered around Christmas. It is not shipped yet, but it is international for me, and I'm not in a hurry because I have several others. And Diamond Painting Deutschland is my favorite right now Josephine wall shop, but that one, the shipping is pricey, and those diamond paintings are not for everybody. I mean, I absolutely love those diamond paintings, but they're large, they are very confetti heavy, and there's a lot of colors. But I love their kits. I have their kits in my stash. And I also have some Diamond Art Clubs when they were licensed. And I hate that Diamond Art Club is no longer licensed with Josephine Wall. But if you have one, you can do it because at one point it was licensed. And it doesn't have to be a new start. So if you have something that you worked on in the past, feel free to whip out that WIP and you can work on that one. So if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer on our event, and be on the lookout for more information and a special video for that coming up. I do have my goals out for 2023. I hope that you help me to keep me accountable, especially on spending. And as I was looking back last year, I didn't spend nearly as much as I did in 2021. So I call that a win. I am happy with what I purchased and happy with how much I spent. So I'm okay with that. But I would kind of like to spend less, just for the fact that I really would like to have some finishes, some older finishes in my stash. And if I keep purchasing, my stash is never going to go down, right? So I kind of need to lay off on some of the newer ones. I think I'm going to call it good. I've gotten quite a bit done on this one, and this is a rather large kit. And I said this year that I am hoping to do some smaller ones, but there's one that I'm looking at that is huge from Distracted by Diamonds, and it would be the largest one in my stash if I decided to order it. It's on sale, but I don't know. I keep putting it off. I'm hoping that maybe whenever I go in to look at it, it'll be gone, and then therefore I can't purchase it, but we'll see. Let me know how you guys are doing, and I will definitely get back to my regular time on Tuesday. On Tuesday, since it's going to be so close to today's WIP and Chat, and not much will happen over the weekend, I'm going to have some tags that I found that relate back to diamond painting, and I will give the creators the credit, obviously the ones that did it. I will put that on there, but I think that will be a lot of fun, and more than likely I will still be working on this one. I'm hoping to be up at the top and finish this section, or I may be working on my Crystal Fox. We'll just see whatever I decide to work on. Thanks so much for spending time with me today. I really do appreciate it. Happy New Year. Happy blessings to all of you, and thanks so much for making my 2022 so enjoyable, and I cannot wait to see what 2023 brings. Until next time, guys, happy diamond painting. Bye.